Hey everyone, my name is Matt Young. I'm the assistant pastor over at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Lubbock, Texas. Today I've got a top grain leather ESV wide margin reference Bible review for you. This one, normally Crossway sends me Bibles to review. However, my father purchased this for me. He got it for me for Christmas as my Cambridge wide margin was filled up and I needed a new Bible, and so he so graciously did that for me to my surprise, which was a very nice surprise. But before we dive into this, I just want to show you the box that it comes in. Just your typical Crossway box. Crossway actually used to do these clamshell boxes, I believe, for all of their Bibles. And then they went to the slipcase, thinner cardboard that was pretty flimsy. This is a this is a clamshell box though that you could throw in your backpack, suitcase, take everywhere with you, and you're never gonna have it get too beat up and whatnot. Boxes are cool. Let's get to this though. As you can see, the name imprinting shows up nice on this top grain leather. All that means, top grain, is that normally when you have a cowhide leather, you'll split it in half, and so you'll have the top grain, which has all the natural marks of the animal on the top of it, and then you have the split, which I know Cambridge, for example, uses on their calf split covers. That is the bottom side of that, and those always have an imprinting grain on them. But this is a great I'd call it just a workhorse Bible. You know, it's a real tough leather. The inside, from what I've heard, is from Cromwell. It's a Cromwell bonded leather. Don't let that scare you though. Cromwell bonded leather is known for its longevity, unlike the old Zondervan bonded leather, which kind of flaked apart. You can see the spine. You have 4 raised hubs. The Holy Bible, ESV, English Standard Version, Crossway embossing. It's just laid on top. It's not super deeply indented, and after about a month of use, it's not worn down or anything, as you would expect, or that you especially see in some of your True Tone editions. As you get into it, you'll notice that it's a edge-lined Bible. That means that the cover, so this inner liner, is tabbed in. It adds to the longevity. You'll also notice too, about 1/4 of the way up, that page is a front page, and the first signature page is tabbed up pretty high. Don't let that dissuade you. And you can see the tab right there. You've got regular presentation page, and then you've got the actual text block beyond the glossy cardstock introduction pages. And from what I understand, Crossway has been starting to use 36 GSM paper in a lot of their premium Bibles. And while I wouldn't call this a super premium Bible, I'd call this a very affordable high-end Bible. You can find them for as low as $100 online. I think they MSRP for $175. Personally, I don't think that with a lot of the other Bibles being put out by Cambridge and whatnot, Schuyler, I just don't think that $175 is what this is worth. I think it's worth closer to $100, $125. The paper's really great. It's printed in China, but don't let that dissuade you. You have your preface, and then you get into the Bible text. You'll notice very quickly, it's 2 columns, it's 9-point font, and I use pencil. Right here, this is a Pigma Micron, and you can see through just a little bit. It doesn't bleed through, however. It just has some normal ghosting. I like to use pencil, I have found, just because I can erase it. I know that just in these first few chapters, I ended up erasing the majority of my notes a few times, just because I was trying to figure out how I was going to use this Bible just for the time that I have for it until all the margins are filled up. And so once I figured that out, I stuck with it, and whatnot. Words of Christ are in red. If you flip to the New Testament, that's a nice bold red. I know a lot of other red letter texts, what ends up happening is you have some pages that are a little bit more orange, some that are a little bit more crimson, but what I've also found with Crossway is that their red ink printing is very consistent. So I think you'll be very happy with this Bible. Even if red letter is not really your thing, I know that for me personally, I would definitely prefer a black letter text. However, they don't make this in a black letter. And for a red letter, it's about as good as you're going to get. It's a nice dark red and whatnot. You flip to the back, it's red letter all the way through. And then you come to your concordance, abbreviations. It's about 60 pages or so of concordance. Then you have your glossy cardstock maps, if I can get to them. But then you also have a whole signature of non-glossy cardstock. So these are great for writing on. I want to say it's about 6 or 7 pages that you've got there. But anyways, this is a really great Bible. If you're looking for something to write in and to take notes in, this is a fantastic Bible. I love the workhorse feel of it. It doesn't feel too premium where if I have to erase it or if a page tears or gets wrinkled, it's not something that's going to bother me. This is a Bible that so long as Crossway keeps printing them and so long as they stay at this price point, I can replace this every 3 years or so for $100 and not be too bogged down by it. You can see that there's gold gilding. There's no red under gold. So if you're a Crossway a Cambridge wide margin fan, you're going to miss that. I personally don't care too much just because the red under gold turns brown eventually just from use. I added these 3 ribbons. I just cut, as you can see, the ribbons out of the original text block, and then I inserted them in the back. The reason being is just because I don't want to separate the headband from the text block in case I mess something up. It's kind of the layman's way of doing that, but I really love this Bible. Now, it also comes in True Tone. I had one of these this previous year, 2020, because I wanted to give this a try. And what I really enjoy about this Bible is that you can get this for, I want to say it retails for $60 as compared to the $175. However, you can find these on Amazon or whatnot for far less than that, something closer to the $40 range. And if you're just looking for a Bible to start wide margining, as Matthew Everhard says, that's something that you can be sure to use for a while and get used to it. Also, you can, I know Brock Childers he's another YouTuber, he's used his True Tone edition for a different purpose than his Heirloom edition and whatnot. So that's something that you can do as well if you want to try it out for a year in something like this. It really is a great Bible. It has, instead of a paper liner, it's a vinyl liner. So that'll just last a little bit longer. But other than that, it is literally the exact same Bible and whatnot. As you can see in this, I used a Pigma Micron, an ink pen. And so just from some experience experimenting with this, ended up going all the way to pencil, just because I love the reality that I can erase it if need be. I know that I'll be wrong at some point, so I want to be sure to be faithful to the Word and be able to erase and readjust my wording when necessary. So I want to commend this Bible to you. If you're looking for a wide margin Bible, again, Crossway did not provide this for me. This was one Bible that I personally would buy again and again and again. This very well could be my lifelong Bible as long as the 9-point font holds out well for my eyes. So thanks so much for watching this Bible review, and be sure to check out my other videos on my channel and like my channel if you enjoy the content. Have a good one. Bye.